Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in again. I'm excited to do this again. So this is September 14th, 2020, the pick a pile. I did 3 piles for this one, and I was kind of guided towards 3 of my favorite crystals at the moment. Pile 1 was amethyst, and I'll kind of tie this in once I kind of see what these cards are. I have not looked at these cards yet, so we're just going to kind of, let it go, let spirit kind of come through and speak. I do feel like there are different themes for pile 1, 2, and 3. Pile 1 almost feels like more relationship driven, and again, I haven't looked at these yet, so it could change, but this one feels more relationship, but almost relationship with self and with others, and the reflection of self and how that kind of plays out with everyone around us. Pile 2 feels more healing. It feels more moving through things. And pile 3 feels spiritual. So spiritual as in kind of becoming anew type of a thing. So we'll kind of get going with pile 1. As I said, I do love this one. Yeah, okay. Okay, the encouragement and the amethyst are making sense. When I pulled this amethyst, it was, I was getting this sense of like a stability type of a thing, almost like a balance. And it's interesting because if you can, I don't know if you can see this, but you can see there's like clear and then purple. So it's like the dark and the light balancing, which I feel like makes sense. So let me just see what we have here. Okay, so right off the bat, the first few things that I am getting are almost like leading with your internal power. Yeah, they're bringing me towards the candle. I switched candles this week, and this one is, like a golden, yellow, and orange, and that makes me think of like sacral chakra and solar plexus. And I'm even being drawn more towards actually both, because even with the yellow in here. But to start with orange, sacral, there's a lot of emotion, a lot of identification and creativity that we hold in that area, but also in our solar plexus, which is yellow and gold, that is emotions, and that's understanding self and really kind of stepping into power. And I feel like that's kind of what is happening here. I feel like there's a newfound love for yourself, which actually creates more love for others. So the first one that we have is the 8 of Ariel. Archangel Ariel has been coming in a lot lately, so I really love working with them. This is take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. This almost feels like you are expanding and you're growing. This doesn't actually feel like it can go 2 ways. Some I feel like maybe are taking a new course or maybe taking a new class or whatever it may be, but this almost feels like more inner wisdom, like more inner reflection that you have been, like we talk about training, it's almost like more stepping into, like, say you're journaling and you're asking more questions, or in your relationships, you're looking at things a little bit differently, and you're kind of figuring out more about who you are and what you need and who you are and things like that. What I get from this King of Michael, this actually feels really powerful. It feels really, almost like, I want to say ego, but I mean ego in like a really beautiful way. I mean, we love our ego, we love our subconscious, it's there to keep us alive, but this one in particular, it's almost like the ego taking a stand, but the ego taking a stand, which is actually helping you take a stand within yourself, because the ego is a part of who we are, right? Like the ego shows us parts of ourselves that I think can be scary, or, when we're triggered or angry or whatever it may be, that's just opportunity to look at what we're healing. But in this case, it almost feels like you're using that to your advantage. Like you're taking this inner wisdom and you're like, okay, why am I triggered? Why did this come up? Why did I cry after, I talked to so-and-so, whatever it may be. And you're almost like stepping into your power more to where like you can stand your ground. So it's almost like, if you are feeling upset, or if, like you're voicing that opinion more. With that being said, I want to also say, voice your opinion more. There's a lot of blue in this card, and there's a lot of yellow. So blue is communication, yellow is that solar plexus. It's that emotions. So really communicate your emotions more. I'm even seeing like 2 doves, which actually makes me think union. It makes me think balance. Even one is like darker and one is lighter. So if you think about, hopefully you can see this. If you think about yin and yang, or, dark and light, you have to have one with the other. That's kind of what this feels like. It's that using the ego, looking at internally, what it's showing you, and actually using that as your power. I mean, you can see like how, strong he is. This says wisdom and objectivity are important now. Stay in your integrity at a situation that calls for honest and open communication. So again, communicating, I even want to say like communicate to yourself as well. If you haven't journaled about situations that are happening or emotions, I feel like it would be really powerful to journal out like what you're feeling. And then this Lover's card. So typically with the Lover's card, this can mean like a partnership, romantic interest, but this almost feels like loving yourself. I actually really love this. It's actually like make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, the power of love. The deeply emotional commitment actually feels like you are actually committing to yourself for the first time. It's like you see what you want, you're understanding yourself on a deeper level. You're finding this balance between like, the dark and the light, like things that might have felt like it was, when we look at the dark parts, we always think they're like, taboo, but in reality, these dark parts of ourselves are our strength. It's our power. But it's almost like you see your goal, you see what you're going towards. And I feel like by committing to yourself and by loving yourself, that's helping you stand in your truth. That's helping you find the wisdom and understand the wisdom of what spirit is giving to you. And I feel like because of that, you're stepping into your power, and you're really using it like to your advantage. The last one is 2 of Gabriel. Well, there's 2 more. Make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. And then the rainbow. I'm always drawn to rainbows because I feel like whenever we see a rainbow, it's like spirit signaling to us that like there's balance and that you're on the right path. And that's what I want to say with this group. You're on the right path. You're listening. I even want to say like intuitive, like even if you don't think you are, we all have this ability to do what I'm doing and all these things. It's just a matter of listening and tuning in. But I feel like you are tuning in, even if it doesn't feel like you're, psychic or whatever, we put a label on whatever it is. I feel like you're very in tune. I even see like I'm drawn to this like clear waters, and this almost looks like there's like almost like an overcast shadow over here from like where the sun is, like the it looks a little like a storm passed through, and then it's more clear, and I feel like you're entering this clear space, like the clarity that feels like your third eye. Talk about chakras, third eye, crown, our connection. And how we see things. I feel like you're coming into like calmer waters. The one thing that I do want to say is angel of encouragement. And this is 2, but also you can see 1111, which is, 2, like I said, is like balanced partnership. But then you look at 1111 and that's like manifestation. And I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. One thing I want to add is really tap into that heart space. Really listen to what your heart is telling you, not so much your mind, because I feel like your heart is what is driving this bus, and it feels really beautiful. And I just want to say, keep it up. You look at encouragement. Just keep going. I feel like you're doing great. And journal. I feel like journaling out emotions is really going to help you sort through whatever's happening. I feel like you'll see like a list, like bullet points. So I hope that helps. Pile 1, gorgeous, amazing. I love it. Just beautiful. And then now we will move on to pile 2. Okay, pile 2. Let's see what we have. So, yeah. So like I said at the beginning of this, this is okay. I'm just gonna, as I hit things. Okay, just kind of rearranging with how I'm kind of seeing it. Okay, so as I said with pile 2, I did pull out a quartz, which to me, 2 reasons why I use quartz. One is to amplify whatever crystal I add with it. So say if I put it towards, with the amethyst, it would amplify the healing energy of the amethyst. Another reason why I would use it is for clearing. So if what I'm seeing with a lot of this is like massive clearing, a lot of clarity. It's like the storm is passing. I almost want to say, like, I feel like you might have lost yourself, but in actuality, you are finding yourself. That's what I feel like with this. But with that being said, I feel like clearing your energy, like energetically, I even see like clearing space too. So like, I would almost like clean your house, clean your closet. I'm seeing like donating clothes, like donate shoes. Because the one thing that they're kind of bringing up now is like who you were in that space is not who you are anymore. So it's almost like because you're changed on the inside and you're still evolving, like your outside is changing too. So it's like to make it feel more like home or to make things feel more settled and more calm, I feel like clearing your physical space would be great, but then also clearing like your energy levels. So you can get some quartz and just keep it on your nightstand. I feel like that would be really powerful. I always recommend Epsom salt baths. You can even bring, quartz in with you, or rose quartz. I always kind of bring rose quartz in with it too, because that's just unconditional love, and it's, who doesn't want to feel that more? So right away, I feel like these are almost kind of broken off into a couple different things here. So I'm kind of drawn to this like darkness, but I say darkness only because I feel like it's parts of us that are now coming to light. And in our own human experience and in how we view things, we automatically think that because it's parts of us that feel dark or feel like I'm seeing like dusty cobwebs in the corner, we automatically think that something is bad. And it's just our perception. Like when I think about with this group, it's like all of this is just your own internal perception. It's how you're seeing things. But I feel like now you're starting to see the truth of the matter. So maybe where you were stuck in this, like, this one is like seek seclusion. Yeah, it's even like I'm getting like numerology is 6, and whenever I think 6, it's like balance, but also like being mindful of your thoughts and what you're manifesting, and that's what it feels like with this. It's almost like you needed seclusion and you needed time alone, but you almost craved it too because you didn't really know what was going on. You didn't understand what was happening. It was like this darkness that, like, I feel like there's this like deep rooted darkness that was like coming up to the surface to be released and kind of let go. And I feel like that's what's been happening. But now, if you even look at this one, this is, grateful. I love this card, but the peacock is, as I said before, Kuan Yin, who this even reminds me of Kuan Yin, one of the ascended masters, the tale is that she sent peacocks to Earth as like the physical manifestation of like a phoenix. So it's that like, completely releasing all of what you thought life was, really releasing what you thought you were seeing in your reality and within yourself to really rise up and be completely different. Even if you look at this, it's like she's made of these butterflies and she's made of these peacocks. But you see how she's looking up and there's this beautiful butterfly flying. You even see like someone kind of crossing over a bridge. That's what I feel like is happening. It's like you, instead of like, so say you were in this like secluded place where you felt isolated and alone. And I don't even want to say that this was necessarily like complete sadness or like scary. It just feels like it was almost emptiness. So like you felt this emptiness, and then now you're starting to see how grateful you are for this transformation because you can see who you are clearer. You can see where you're going clearer. You can see what your heart really wants. And I almost want to put like the clear quartz on this because I want to say like just clear out your energy. Take an Epsom salt bath, sage the house, sage yourself. Just kind of get rid of it. And I keep seeing the number 7. So like within 7 days, I feel like things would feel a lot lighter. Sorry, one second. My dog is... Sorry guys, my dog is digging in the room, so I'm sorry if you hear that. Along with this, you can even see her looking over to this tiger. This card is amazing. I mean, this is gorgeous. I'm even being drawn to the full moon. So I feel like this is almost the time period between the last full moon and the next one. I even want to say the next 2 full moons. So that's like maybe the next 2 months. This is really going to be stepping in this newfound strength within yourself. I almost feel like you're going to be communicating more about what you want because you can see what you want now. It's like the path is clearing, the fog is clearing, and all that you're filled with is gratitude and like love. And because of that, you have this like newfound strength within yourself. And because of that, you have your forward movement. But this feels like conscious forward movement. This feels like consciously manifesting. It's almost like, what's the word? It's like using your gratitude and your inner strength, your inner power, which I feel like maybe before, you know, if you were to pull a card to put in before this seek seclusion, what I'm picking up is almost like seeing from an ego standpoint. So almost like not being aware of what you want. But then you add in this phase where you really turned inward, you really picked up this inner wisdom, you really, you know, you were seeking the seclusion, you went through this like upgrade. And now you're on this where you're pulling from this internal strength. It's almost like a strength you didn't realize was there. And again, like this is blue communication, but I'm even drawn to the yellow ribbon in here, which is solar plexus. So again, emotions and communication. I feel like you're doing really well with that. But I want to say for like the next 2 months to continue on really expressing yourself in whatever way feels right to you. And it's funny because I'm even like, if that feels like you need to scream at the top of your lungs, like scream at the top of your lungs. If that means to cry, cry. If it means to just like only have loving conversations, setting new boundaries, only being around one person, like whatever it is, like fill your soul, fill your cup up with this internal strength. You know what you need. I feel like you can see what you need. You already know it. So it's like, keep following that. The Angel of Challenge, as like a little clarifying card. One thing I want to say with this doesn't feel like a challenge you're in. It feels like a challenge you're going through. Like, it's almost like you can see like the darkness back here, but it's like she's right there in the light. Like she can feel the light. It's like you're like 3/4 of the way through. I don't even want to say 3/4. It's like you have one more step to go. And with that one step, your guardian angel is like literally waiting there for you, waiting to help guide you to the other side for you to really just stand in your power. I mean, I've even seen, you know, these orange flowers, the sacral chakra. It's really standing in passion. It feels really passionate, but it feels like passionate in a sense of like, it's just authentically you. And that feels amazing. So with pile 2, I would say, bravo, beautiful. You feel so bright and so loving. And I'm so drawn to the strength card, so much so that I just want to say, keep being you. Just keep standing up for who you are. I almost want to say, keep demanding what you want, because the way that you demand it feels loving. It feels grateful and it feels unconditional. It doesn't feel like it's, you know, you're forcing anything. It doesn't feel like anything like that. It feels like you just know what you want and you're going to get it. And you're going to. So bravo on that. That is gorgeous. Just see if there's anything else that is. I keep getting the number 7. So whatever 7 means to you guys, you can even look that up in numerology. When I see like repeating 7s, I think of like spiritual, evolving spiritually, and spiritual power, internal power. So that would make sense. But I also feel like for you guys, I'm almost seeing to like look up 7 numerology, but also look up butterfly being your spirit totem. I feel like there are words in there in those articles that will help you see something clearly. So I would do that if I were you guys. All right, pile 2. Okay, pile 3. So we have emerald, and this emerald was from my sister-in-law. Shout out to her because it's gorgeous. Thank you for that. Emerald is amazing. It feels really empowering. It feels really mystical, actually. I'm feeling very... Oh, yeah, of course. And all the cards are purple and blue. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay. All right. I love this. All right, let's see pile 3. The first thing I want to pull like all 3 crystals in, because as I was saying previously, is so like amethyst, the way I was picking up the amethyst, because I feel like this is tying in with this, so I'm just going to go down that way. You can see with the amethyst, you see the lighter and the darker side of this amethyst. So when I pulled this, I was feeling like it was balance. The dark and the light, the yin and the yang, subconscious, conscious, really making, really coming to terms with who we are and loving that. When I bring in quartz, it's always to either amplify what I put it with, or it's to clear something. In this case, I feel like it's amplifying it. And with this emerald, I just want to say, I feel like this is really intuitive, really in touch. I feel like it's helping like build your relationship with self, but also with spirit. It's almost like a connecting piece for you. And I feel like all 3 feel really good for this pile. The first thing I'm noticing right off the bat, actually, I'm going to move these because I feel like I want to read this a little differently. Yeah, hopefully we can still, I'll make sure to bring in the other one so you guys can see it. So let's start with these and then I'll bring in the last one. So the first thing I'm noticing right off the bat is purple, which is third eye. I even want to say crown, and all this blue that's tying in with it, this indigo color, which is throat chakra communication. See, I even want to clear my throat. So for some of you, I feel like clearing your throat, but doing something to clear your throat chakra. So I almost want to say go sing really loud, turn on singing and dancing. That's what I feel like. And watching your favorite movie. That's what I'm hearing for this. Something that brings you joy. But it's almost to like clear out old stagnant energy. That's what I'm hearing. This feels really internal. This feels very expansive. Thank you. Expansion. But also, I feel like this is like spirit directly connecting with you. The one thing I want to go right to this card. This card's really powerful, and when I first look at it, I want to do the so below as above, so below, in and out, the balance. I'm trying to think of the saying, and of course it's not coming to me. I'm sure it will by the end of this. As above, so below. Thank you. That's what I feel like is happening with you. It's like this internal self that has expanded and completely changed. This feels like I'm seeing a phoenix. I'm seeing like, I'm even drawn to like this mudra with this heart, like emotionally. You even see like how radiant, like this feels higher self. Oh, thank you. That makes sense. Thank you. Sorry, they're giving me a lot of information and I want to make sure I cover it correctly. So I'm going to start with the expansion. This is what I feel like was happening first. I feel like you had gotten into this space where you felt connected. You felt like there was something more that was coming for you. I'm even seeing 444. This is like ascended masters. This is like higher intuition and bright. I keep hearing like bright future. But what you were doing, I feel like, is really aligning yourself and really aligning, your chakras, aligning with this like higher power. The higher power is your internal power. So when we talk about our higher self, it's like unconditional love, our most pure self, that I feel like you have been aligning with and connecting to. And that's why I was coming to this one, because in a meditation yesterday, I had this vision of my higher self, and she was coming out with these, the backlight set behind her. And that's what I feel like is happening. It's almost like you went through this alignment, this change. The words I'm hearing are the old is dissipating, which brings me to like this enlightenment card. It's like I'm being drawn to like this cosmos where it's almost like this, God, they're showing me a lot. Sorry. It was like a tower moment from tarot. When I think of a tower, a lot of times when you get the tower pulled in tarot, a lot of people are afraid that something bad is going to happen. In this case, and in most cases, because something bad is just our perception. What I feel like in this case is everything around you, your belief system, how you viewed the world, your reality, I feel like crumbled. like I see like rubble. But because of that, you have this like newfound power. But the newfound power is just who you truly are. This is like very similar to pile 2, but this feels more mystical to me. This feels more like spiritual quest. Thank you. Now they're drawing me to the soul journey. That's what this feels like. It's almost like you were living this life knowing that there was something more, kind of almost waiting for like the signal type of a thing, like waiting for something to happen. And I feel like this tower moment and this between this alignment, like you got aligned and all this happened. This is so funny. They're like reminding me of myself because I feel like I picked this pile. So of course I'm like speaking to myself. You aligned yourself and you got into this position where you were able to accept this tower moment. You were able to accept this crumbling of your reality, of things around you, of your, career changing, of your relationships changing, of just how you really saw your life. Not saying that anything was negative, not saying that anything was wrong. It was almost like this expansion. Your soul was ready for this expansion and you stepped into it. And because of this tower moment, you have this new inner reflection, this new internal power. And because of that, all of your exterior is changing. But this feels like this is your soul's journey, where you are and what you're entering into. I keep getting the month May. May 27th, 2019. Hold on, May 27th, 2019 through like June of this year, June 2020. I don't know about the time frame. I feel like this has all been happening since like last May. I feel like, and I feel like it got really intense towards the end because it was like you were ready for it. It's like you have this like, the one thing that I'm feeling is because of this alignment, you were elevating your consciousness to a place where you were able to accept this in a loving way. Thank you. That is the difference between how we perceive a tower moment, how we perceive all of our life changing, is if we're open to receiving it and we're ready to, and we understand that it's for our growth. That's the difference between that and feeling stuck and feeling like you've lost everything in your life. And the one thing that they're saying now is like, let your light shine. And the numerology of this is 9, which is like the finishing of the cycle, the closing up of the cycle. I feel like this karmic soul expansion is coming to a close, but the old is coming to a close. The new is stepping in, like the soul journey portion of this. Of course, this was all part of the soul journey, but almost like the wisdom that you pull from this is now coming front and center. Like you can see like just expansive space is what I feel. The other card I had was Angel of the Night Sky. And this is, again, like with the full moon, this last full moon was really powerful. Let me just get more on this card. Yeah, a few things. So I feel like this feels like it goes back further than the previous full moon, but yeah, like I want to say the super moon, which we've had how many super moons this year, but so this would bring me back to like March, April, May of this year. I feel like this is when it really kicked up. Like you were receiving, like I'm seeing all these feathers coming down, but that signals to me like these little nuggets of like information from your guides of being like, oh, there's Gertrude. Can you see her? It's like signals from your guide of like where to go. And it was almost like these little nudges, like they were giving you this information. Come here, honey. I know. Come here. Sorry. It's almost like your guides and the universe were giving you these like breadcrumbs. Thank you. Like these breadcrumbs kind of following on the path so you can see like where to go. And you were really listening. But this also feels connected to dreams and sleep. So like, I don't know if some people are having intuitive dreams for sure. So to those people, I want to say journal about it, look at it. What are they telling you? I see the color purple with this, which makes me think third eye and intuition. So I would really look at your dreams and try to keep note of that. But also with this, I almost feel like, what's the word? They're showing me a night sky. Hang on. I feel like for a lot of you, you were daydreaming. Like you were daydreaming of this life, this like experience, like manifesting, but like daydreaming of it. And I feel like you can see how like powerful she is. I feel like what you have been dreaming about is coming in. And I say that because what you're dreaming about, I feel like was internal. Like if it was like finding inner happiness, or if it was really finding yourself, or, you know, like stability, I'm hearing stability, foundation, because you have found that within yourself, now you're going to find that in all of your relationships. Now you're going to find that in your career. Now you're going to find that within, I keep saying like exercise, or like it's like your union with self, like how you, you know, how you see yourself, how you respect yourself, like all these things. It's like because of this tower moment, because of this shift and this alignment, what you were dreaming of, I feel like is here for you. And it feels really powerful. And I just keep feeling it's like internal. Like I feel all this pressure, like in my third eye and in my head, like an airiness almost. And it feels great. They're bringing up career. So hold on one moment. For some, I feel like this is really expansive for career. For some, okay, so this feels expansive for career, like going towards, I'm just going to say an expansive career. With relationships, if this feels like you're pulled towards relationships, this feels like a change in your relationships, but from empty relationships. This includes family, this includes friends, this includes romance, from an emptiness and a surface level to complete unconditional love. Like this deep, wholesome energy that I am feeling that is like pouring out from this experience for you. And for some, it could be both. Relationships feel really beautiful because of this experience. So bravo. Good job for doing the work. I know it's not easy. That is for sure. That was great, pile 3. Good stuff. All right, guys. I hope that helped. Thanks for tuning in. I will be back with some more. Have a great day, you guys. Sending love and light. I will talk to you soon.